When is it ever going to end, folks? Will it ever end? I ask you right now, will it ever end? Time for a salary cap in baseball. Let's do it. All right, it's Last Minute Betting with the Sports Nuts. Brought to you by OddsJam, the premier odds comparison company for sports bettors worldwide. Go to the link below for the OddsJam partner program and sign up today. Get paid to share OddsJam, and also don't forget about my BetBucket pick 7-day free trial. Link below in the description. Yes, I'm having a bad day. What about you? Walter White, that's me. He's back.
Yeah. Well,
he's back.
We're going to make this short. I'm just going to say this. I don't want to hear any shit about salary caps and blah, 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 and Major League Baseball. I don't want to interrupt it. I don't want to interrupt it. I want a chance to talk. I don't want to spend half the show trying to get a point across and saying my piece and getting interrupted. Here's the bottom line, man. There is no reason for somebody like you to be upset with any of that. No. The players are getting paid. They deserve to get paid. They're the product. Let's not get that twisted. And do you feel bad for the guys that don't get paid and they have an injury happen before they're ready for a big contract? They get a bad injury and then they never get paid. No, you don't. You don't have any feelings towards that. So you shouldn't be upset when a guy finally gets paid or continues to get paid, because Juan Soto has been paid. But why are you upset about that, man? It don't affect you at all. You're not even a fan of the Mets. You could go to a Cardinal game anytime you want. They suck. Their tickets are cheap. Get out of here, man. Quit hating on the athletes for getting paid. If you are, then get out of here.
All right.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that.
There's just no reason for it.
Of course you do. You guys are the same generation. Here's my thing.
It has nothing to do with generation.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. Let me give you a perfect example. One of the guys who just went into the Hall of Fame today, Dick Allen, okay? I used to be able to go and see that guy play and not have to spend much money at all. I could, you know what? I could buy
blame the economy for that. Don't blame don't blame younger people. It's your generation that made it this way.
This is not the 60s anymore.
The economy has nothing to do with it.
It has everything to do with it, bro.
Everything to do with it. Shit. No,
Bob, clearly a guy in 2024 is going to make more than a guy in 1964. Common sense.
Amen. I agree. Thank you, Tristan. And he does not deserve $765 million. You're going to have to have a salary cap in baseball. Damn it. You got the other sports. Stop. Why do all the other sports have it? Why? Answer the question. You don't know. Then don't talk about what you don't know.
So, Bob, let me explain this to you. If you do you not clearly the owners can afford to pay their players this kind of money because they're doing it and they're not going bankrupt. So why you hating on an? I mean, good for the players for getting paid.
Why do they have a salary cap? Why? Why does the NFL have a salary cap? What's the answer?
So their greedy owners can make as much money as they possibly can.
If you don't have a salary cap, what happens?
The owners make more money. Brian Gutekunst gets more money.
If you don't have a salary cap, what happens?
You go in debt.
You tell us that. Dominate. One team can get all of the great players. They're trying to avoid. You only have that in baseball. You do not have that in the NFL. You do not have that in the NHL. You do not have that in the NBA because there's a salary cap. And the fact,
Bob, in every other sport, the same thing. I'm not going to be able to get a word in. He's not going to let anybody talk. He's just interrupting.
I want to finish my statement. The fact that you don't know the answer to that means you shouldn't be talking about the subject. Period.
And Bob, the same thing applies in every sport. People don't go to small marketplaces. The big names aren't going to
talk about small marketplaces. I'm talking about if you don't.
That's why you want a salary cap. All the other sports have it.
If you don't have those teams in Pittsburgh, if you don't have those teams in Tampa Bay, if you don't have those teams in smaller markets, you're not going to have a league, guys.
How come everybody's not? So in the NBA, hey, Bob, in the NBA, how come everybody's not trying to join the Portland Trailblazers? And how come people aren't wanting to join the freaking Washington Wizards? And
they have a salary cap. They have a salary cap. That's why.
Bob, because these teams can afford big name players. The big name players don't want to go there.
Thank you.
And their organizations is
Tristan is the only one of you three Tristan's the only one of you three that understands this. Big cities get big players, money talks. That's
every sport, not just baseball.
But it's not that way like that in the NFL. You can't, dude.
And why isn't any big name guys wanting to go play for Jacksonville?
Without a salary, you could dominate for years. That's what the Dodgers are trying to do. Where they're trying to get to that point to where all the great players are going to come to LA.
Then why aren't the Cowboys dominating in the NFL?
Because you got a salary cap. Are you not listening?
Bob, they can afford anybody they want, though. They can afford anybody.
They can't exceed the salary cap. Then they can't sign the guy. That's the rules.
I understand how that works.
Goodness gracious. You either have to make room by cutting somebody, renegotiating a contract. They have to do that. That's playing by the rules. I don't have a problem with that.
But the outcome's still the same. They're still going to go sign with
Mike. We're not a quarter of $1 billion away from a guy having a $1 billion contract. It's unheard of. This is the second contract above $750 million, guys.
That's called inflation.
It's insane. No, it's not.
It is.
It's the TV contract that LA gets. It's the TV contract that New York gets. They can take advantage of that in baseball. Why do you think they came up with the luxury tax? Do you have any idea? Why?
It happens in basketball too.
No, it does not. You're full of shit. I'm sorry.
Yes, it does.
199% wrong. Not like it does in baseball. Why do you think they came up with a luxury tax? Why? In baseball. Do you have any idea why?
You tell me.
It's because the small market teams, the big teams, they're going to spend all that money. They're going to pay a penalty. They're going to pay it to the small market teams.
Yeah, the small market teams aren't getting any big names.
The idea behind that was to make a more even playing field. That was baseball's idea. You think they even the playing field?
But here's the funny thing about it. You look back at all the wild card teams that win in Major League Baseball. Clearly, this isn't affecting anybody building dynasties in Major League Baseball. You've got more dynasties in other sports like the NFL, the Chiefs. Look at the Chiefs.
Let's have a salary cap in baseball. Okay,
it's not going to change anything.
Yes, it will. It did in the NBA. It did in the NFL. It did in the NHL. They all have salary caps, guys.
I mean, more big market teams are winning championships and the other sports than a Major League Baseball. The Dodgers just won the World Series this last year. You act like they've won 4 or 5 in a row.
We're not saying that small markets.
When's the last time the Yankees have won a World Series?
We're not saying that small markets don't get big names, PhD. We're saying that you can stack the deck in baseball. That's what the Dodgers are doing.
Okay, and it makes it unfair. Your point is it makes it unfair, yet those teams aren't winning championships every year.
That's the idea behind it. Who won the World Series this year? Oh, Mike was. Thank you. He's calling you out. PhD, get in here and help me out.
Yeah, they drafted those guys. Nobody signed up to go there. I mean, Damian Lillard, they were able to trade for him, but that's because they drafted guys. Those small market teams, nobody went. No big names went to sign with Cincinnati. Now they might because they've drafted really well and drafted some superstar talent. But nobody's signing up to go play with the Bengals prior to them drafting well. Same with Milwaukee. They drafted Giannis.
Okay, Mike, That's not what happens in baseball.
No,
Stop
exactly. Exactly. The big
oranges.
names sign with the big teams, and then yet they don't win championships still.
You're comparing apples and oranges. You are not on the same wavelength that Tristan and PhD and I are all on. You're in a different area. You both are. You're missing the point. You need a salary cap in baseball because it's going to get way out of hand. And when it does, maybe it don't affect you because you're not a baseball fan. But true baseball fans, it bothers us.
Then I want to know how come these wild card teams in Major League Baseball win World Series time and time again
because they
aren't big market teams.
Okay. I can answer a question quicker than you guys can. You want to know why?
Why?
Plain and simple. Because they expanded the playoff system. Every league that they expand the playoff system, you have more of a chance for what lesser teams.
Bob, your Cardinal team won a World Series as a wild card, and that was before the expansion of the playoffs. So
that was expanded. Hold on. When I was
there was one wild card team.
When I was a kid, you won the National League, you won the American League, and those two played in the World Series. Okay.
Well, that's
so don't tell me they didn't.
Baseball. That was dumb. That was
100 years, and then
that was dumb.
And then they expanded. They went to
no. Listen, they didn't expand. They made actual playoffs. They made actual playoffs.
Mike. In 1969, they
were not
split
playoffs.
The National League. Will you stop? They split the National League and the American League into two divisions, East and West. The winner of that division was in the playoffs. The East played the West in the National League, went to the World Series. The winner in the American League, same thing, went to the World Series. So that was the first playoff expansion.
Jonathan Wilkins, are we going to talk football or this bullshit all night? I agree. Let's get off this. I mean, Bob, you got to.
I don't need his BS.
Yeah, we don't need these rants anymore. No more.
I'm not ranting. I'm just telling you won't listen. That's your problem.
No, you're not really making much sense.
Baseball, you have to understand the big empires like Dodgers and Yankees rely on ticket sales, merchandise, social media. The more traction they get, the more money flows into the market cap.
Well,
there you go.
Here is the crux with Tristan, though. He doesn't support these big market teams, yet he's a Dodgers fan.
So he just likes it.
So you're gonna tell me he doesn't agree with it, but yet he supports that team. He's not even from LA. That is stupid. That is stupid.
It's not stupid. It makes total sense. That makes sense.
Mike, come on. You got to admit that's stupid.
He's rooting for who he wants to root for. He can root for whoever he wants to. Doesn't matter how much money they got or they don't.
Well, then I don't want to hear Tristan talk about that then. I don't want to hear it because he supports that. I'm just saying.
Right. All right. Bottom line is the sports that the two of you really like don't have a salary cap. Neither one of you are humongous baseball fans. So it really doesn't matter to you.
No, it doesn't.
It's not allowing teams to win multiple World Series because it's unfair. Because again, that makes no sense. You need to go look up the last, let's say, 15 World Series champions.
Did I ever say anything about championships? Not one time did I say. I'm talking about how much they're paying these guys.
Let's move on to some NFL or something, man. This is crazy. This is something you should talk about on your radio show with your brother or something. This is not for this. Not for this. Makes no sense. But
whatever. You guys wanted to argue with me. I don't know why you did.
Bob, you're not making any valid points. Vols got robbed on college football playoffs, final stand. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about this game tonight. Goodness gracious. That was a waste of my breath. Bengals at the Cowboys. Line's down to 4.5 now. It was 5.5 at one time earlier in the week. Cowboys at home. What do you guys like?
I'd be willing to back Dallas on the spread maybe because I think Cincinnati's going to give up some points anyway. But then again, is that a trap? You know, I mean, does Cincinnati just blow the doors off of them tonight? I mean, that's possible too. Because, I mean, Dallas has not exactly been tearing it up offensively. And while Cincinnati's defense is awful, I mean, do you really trust Dallas to score? I mean, they couldn't score 30 plus against the Giants. They're probably going to have to score 30 plus to keep this close. So I don't know, man. My initial thought is maybe Dallas can keep this close, but.
Yeah, I don't know, honestly. It's going to be a very interesting game. Obviously, I'm picking the Bengals to win, but yes, spread. That's going to be a weird one.
Yeah, I know. That's the worry. I mean, you would like to think Dallas could keep this close. I mean, they beat Washington. Remember, this Washington team beat Cincinnati straight up. Now, Washington was a little different back then, but yeah, I mean, I think I'm going with Dallas to cover the spread tonight. But if Cincinnati beats them, blows the doors off of them, I wouldn't be surprised there at all.
Yeah.
All right. I've just got this texted to me by my grandson. This is what he just sent me. Here's the breakdown of Juan Soto's contract. You ready? $765 million over 15 years, $51 million a year, $4,250,000 a month, $139,726 a day.
I don't even care about the breakdown of it. I don't even care.
Almost $6,000 an hour, $97 a minute, and $1.62 a
Hey, if you want to make that kind of money, go be a Major League Baseball player.
That's hilarious. All right. Vols got robbed on the playoffs. I'll tell you what. I hope the Vols whip the heck out of Ohio State. And they would wind up playing Oregon. Bring it on. Come on, Vols.
Okay, let me ask you, though, why does it bother you that they're making that much money?
Exactly. Soto's. I mean, I don't know why it bothers anybody. But let's get to. I want to get to some anytime touchdowns because that's where we may be able to find some good bets tonight.
You got one right here.
Lamb touchdown, Higgins touchdown. I mean, we know Jamar Chase is going to score, but I mean, there's a lot of juice with him for an anytime touchdown right now. So.
Did Alabama get robbed? I want to know that.
No, they did not.
Is SMU, do they deserve to be there?
Yes, they do. That was a great game against Clemson. They came back, almost won it. That was a hell of a game. I mean, I don't think you should sit SMU out with 2 losses.
What about Notre Dame?
Let Alabama in.
You think Notre Dame deserves to be in this?
I mean, I would maybe make a case with Notre Dame. If you're mad about SMU getting in, you should be upset with Notre Dame getting in.
I'm not upset. I'm not upset.
No, I'm not saying you. I'm just saying in general. Don't take it personally and literally.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway. Clemson definitely deserves to be in. That was a great game. I just don't see how SMU could have been left out.
I think Indiana's overrated. I'm with Randall on that. Indiana hasn't played anybody all year long. They really have had a weak schedule. So I'm with Randall on that one. Justin, you got anything going on here?
Not in college football, no. I did not watch any of those games we're talking about, and no, sorry.
Okay, well, it's a big thing happening.
I know. Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch any games last Saturday, so
yeah, there will be a lot of money being bet on these games, guys, and they start on the 20th. December 20th is the first game. That's between Notre Dame and Indiana. So check it out, folks. Who you think wins? Anybody got an idea? Oregon's the favorite. Notre Dame ain't winning. I would like to say Tennessee, but
I'd say
Georgia?
Oregon. I'd say Oregon. But
I don't know,
Georgia?
man. I don't think. We got to see what's wrong with their quarterback. They lost their quarterback in that game. They're lucky they won that game. Defense stepped up. So I wouldn't be riding Georgia right now. They're gonna have to get healthy. So if you're riding Georgia, you're riding a backup quarterback that, let's face it, it's not like he tore it up. They survived that game. Their defense kept them in it. I mean, they had that big interception that should have been the dagger, and it ends up in overtime because the offense can't do shit. I'm not too sure about Georgia winning anything.
Okay, all right, made a very good point there.
But I don't know who I like flat out. I don't know.
What about Ohio State?
Nah, I'm not. I'll tell you, Penn State, believe it or not, I know they lost to Oregon, but man, they could finish, man. If they could finish some games, I think they'd have a great chance.
I got SMU beating them. You don't see that? I think SMU's dangerous. That's who's matched up.
Not if Penn State he plays offensively like they did. No, not if that happens.
Okay. All right. Mr. Batsa says Rangers and Canadians tonight.
Moneyline parlay. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to that. Boy, the worry with your Rangers, Steven, they're let down sometimes, aren't they? Bad loss against the Kraken, had that loss against the Blues a couple weeks ago where they were heavy favored. Man, Rangers are looking shaky right now.
Rangers have killed me. I'm staying away from them. One of the UTs
I can't figure them out this year. I liked them initially coming into the year, maybe coming out of the East.
SEC, baby. I'm with you. It's either Tennessee or Texas. Yeah,
I would agree with that, PhD. I know a lot of people are going to think, well, yeah, but Texas just lost to Georgia, and they've lost twice to them in the last couple of years, and yeah, but I think Texas gets it going. They're dangerous too.
All right, let's move on to something more profitable. NFL. Any thoughts? Justin, what about Josh Allen's great day, first time in NFL history, 3 passing touchdowns, 3 rushing touchdowns. He's got to be the leader he's got to be the leader for MVP. I mean, he's got to be the favorite.
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't see Randall, in the chats, trashing Josh Allen anymore. I mean, honestly, but yeah, he played great. It's shocking that they lost, but I think it also does speak volumes of how good the Rams actually are. Because, they were like the most injured team in the league at the beginning of the season. That's why they were losing so many games. And I agree with Dan Orlovsky that everybody in the NFC does not want to play the Rams. Rams are better than we think.
Yeah, I talked about it coming into the year. I actually thought they had a chance to win that division. That was one of my leans towards winning the division in the NFC West this year. Now, obviously, San Francisco, a lot of injuries has helped that. But, yeah, I mean, the Rams are definitely a team to look out for now that they're healthy. Puka Nacua looks outstanding. Cooper Kupp is still decent. He's getting healthier. I mean, he's still a force to be reckoned with. Obviously, Kyron Williams is a guy you can, give some workload to. He's nothing flashy or, anything that really stands out about him that, that screams top tier running back. But I mean, he definitely can contribute to a good team and Stafford, that's the other thing. Stafford makes some big plays for him. And yeah, I mean, the Rams they're going to be tough. They control their own destiny. If they win out, they win the West.
Okay. Take a look at the odds for MVP. minus 380. After that game, that's how much it shot up.
Yeah.
I think you could just pencil it in right now. There's no two ways about it. Alan Lawson deserves some criticism as Lamar when he has wonderful losing performances.
Yeah, I mean, some, but no turnovers. You know, in some of those games, Lamar Jackson with some turnovers, and you know, let's face it, Buffalo's defense is supposed to be a lot better than giving up 44 points. I mean, when you put 42 points up on the board, I mean, some of those games you're talking about with Lamar, they're not putting up 40 plus points and losing. You know, those are close games, and it's a play here or there. I mean, I have a hard time blaming Allen at all for that loss. I mean, 44 points. You can't give up 44 points, especially with that. I mean, that defense was supposed to be a lot better than that, you know. But I mean, the key is no turnovers.
Ooh, really? You like Goff better? So Goff is sitting at plus 17.
Not a chance. Way more weapons. Running game.
Yeah.
Two running backs, a legit top-tier tight end in Sam Laporta.
Yeah.
A stud receiver. Here's what I don't get. Everybody claimed coming into the year Buffalo was going to suck because Josh Allen wouldn't have anybody to throw to. Now everybody's acting like, who's he got to throw to? And if you give me a name, I want you to tell me that before the year you claimed
Amari Cooper.
Yeah, he wasn't even with the Bills at the beginning of the year.
Well, at least
Josh Allen over Jared Goff, and it's not even close. Goff's got two freaking number one running backs, dude. Like, he threw the ball 16 times one game, man.
Go ahead,
was that the game he went 16 for 16?
Yeah.
Justin, here, go ahead.
That was the game. Yeah, it was actually 18 for 18. But he's also got three great pass catchers: Laporta, Amon-Ra St. Brown,
Jameson Williams is a game changer.
Oh yeah. And Josh Allen's got Khalil Shakir as his best.
Yeah, which nobody's gonna claim. Oh no! I said coming into the year he's a stud. Bullshit. No, nobody. No, I agree. Josh Allen's night and day MVP, and I mean the books, they know it. You know,
and Randall can eat his words, taking I think it was Carson Wentz over Josh Allen, whatever the heck it was he said that time.
I mean, I will say Barkley maybe deserve a little more love than he's getting. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I mean,
Randall's gotten to you, son. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. He's not here. Only talk about him when he's here, right?
Okay, fine. But I'm just saying, hey, Mike, here's the thing though. So I came on before we went on the air and I said, hey, are we gonna revisit this topic
Let's move on.
We'll get to it after the stream.
Let's go on.
Who's winning the Heisman? Man, it's probably gonna be Travis Hunter.
Yeah.
I mean, it sounds like that's probably what it's going to be. It's Travis Hunter.
And minus 2,500, I'd say.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a done deal. Yeah,
that's not a done deal.
Yeah, that's a well done deal. Now, granted, it does come down to voting with him, with these things. So you never there's a human element to this, but yeah, I mean the books. Yeah, that tells you all you need to know right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
And you bet on anybody else to win but Travis Hunter, you're donating.
Amen. Definitely. Jency ain't winning.
No, he's not. No, it's a lock. I mean, it's over with. But yeah, I would say 100% Josh Allen winning MVP. Bob,
I know.
Okay.
I know what I'm doing. All right, let's do a Stevie B parlay. And I will go to the NFL first, and I'm just going to go ahead and take the Bengals on the
Conn Smythe shit. Who knows? They're probably not even lining lines out for that.
Yeah, I don't have a clue.
No, you ain't gonna know that playoff. I mean, playoffs.
Wait till the playoffs come.
But it's an inside joke. I know why he's saying that.
Yeah,
I see.
I get it too. Anyway, Bengals money line. Who's got another leg for Stevie B parlay?
Yeah, I mean, again, what a shit slate tonight. In all honesty, I mean, we don't have a whole lot to choose from. PhD's Raptors are playing tonight in the NBA. Yeah, not again, man.
That's the only game on TV right now. Today, I mean, I can't. That's the only NBA game today. That's
that's the only NBA game.
PhD says Toronto money line. Yeah, says joking though. He is joking. Yeah. You know, my thing is I don't know that the Knicks cover this spread though, Rob. I don't. And money line for the Knicks is, I mean, what's the point at -2 or
why
3
not?
Something.
-270 why not? It's a Stevie B parlay, man.
All right, throw it in there. I mean,
throw it in there.
Now watch the Raptors win.
that would be funny.
PhD says, I'm definitely sprinkling. Seriously. I mean, I don't blame you. I was almost tempted to throw it in on the money line instead.
Hey, you better be following Alex's fluff plays, boys. You better get in on fluff and follow every one of them if you can, because he's been hot. All right, what do you got?
Yeah, they do play in the cup, but
give me the Canadians money line.
Okay. Check her out here.
I don't know. I feel like Mondays are a dog day a lot. So I'm a little worried with all this juice, man. It's Monday. Hey. I mean, I've always thought, I mean, maybe it's just in my head. Huh?
We got +221, man. We did all right.
Yeah, I know. But honestly, let's be real here, y'all. It's dog day, I think. It's probably worth hitting some dogs.
Joker don't play tonight.
No, but last night, after a back-to-back, you were posting about it in the Discord and what the line was.
I faded him last night. I didn't see what he wound up doing.
Oh, 48, 14, and 8.
Are you serious? 48 points?
I mean, yeah. If you bet against his PRA, that's just
I didn't bet anything, Mike. I didn't bet on it.
Yeah. Well,
stayed away.
You said you faded it, so if you faded it, that made me think that you.
Are you serious? He really hit that?
Yes. 48, 14, and 8. What was the line? 57.5 or 57? Or was it even?
55.5.
Oh, yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, he blew that out of the water again.
Oh, my God. I give up. I'm
actually not in disagreement with that. Raptors +7, Blackhawks +1.5.
Guys, that's 13 out of 14, and I didn't bet it. Why didn't I bet it? I saw that 55.5, and I said I can't do it.
Well, I mean, he had 56 points the night before, and they were blowing Atlanta out. So you wondered at some point, would they rest him? But the thing is in the first quarter alone, he was already just absolutely on his way.
Right.
So, I mean, yeah.
Yeah, I guess that's 13 out of 14. I guess I'm just going to have to bet it every day.
Yeah, chicken. That's right. He is. He's chicken, PhD. Won't bet it. I mean, you sat there and tell us about it, and then you won't even bet the damn thing.
Okay, whatever.
That's on you, man. You got to be smarter than that.
I guess I'm not very smart. Obviously not. I'm on a show with you. Oh! Do not even go there.
His internet cuts out as he's trying to take a shot.
Oh, yeah. When are you going to get real internet, man?
when he gets out of that garage, if you've seen his setup, you'd know why he's got shit connection.
Woo! If you don't like it, get the hell out of here.
Juan Soto. Congratulations to Juan Soto.
Yeah. Congratulations to the Mets.